Hi, Mary here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of my gardens, and yeah, I'm still not finished with here and there. There are several areas that I want to work on, but I thought I'd still go ahead and give you guys a tour. I always think spring is kind of the nicest time around here, and so yeah, follow me as I walk you through and enjoy. Okay, so we've had a couple of projects going on this spring that I'm going to share with you as we go here. One of them being we actually ended up turning our vegetable garden into grass. Yeah, we have a lot of local produce places around here that have really good, organic produce, and I thought, well, I'll just buy it since our garden wasn't producing the best anyway. And so yeah, my husband took the uniloader and kind of leveled the garden area out and put grass in. So yeah, I think it'll look pretty good once the grass is nice and green. And yeah, it'll definitely be less maintenance for us this summer. So another area I have been working on here earlier this year, I worked on it some, was turning this bank here into a rock garden. Yeah, excuse all the weeds there around me. I am embarrassed that you guys actually see that, but yeah, I just went in there, took all the weeds out, and ended up removing all the plants, or most of them anyway. And a lot of them were almost too tall for a bank like that. I just thought it didn't look right. Plus I wanted to have, kind of an Alpine rock garden look here. So that's what I'm after here. I removed all the plants and kind of rearranged some of the rocks. And yeah, I went to Green Valley Growers, which is a greenhouse about an hour from our place here. It's in Ashland, Ohio, and the most awesome greenhouse ever. If any of you locals want to check it out, but they had some nice, plants that are fitting for a rock garden. And actually, I'll list those below. All the plants that I ended up putting in here. They're still kind of small, so you can't really, tell what it is as of now. But I think once they grow and kind of grow together, it'll look really good with, the rocks and the bank there. So yeah, hopefully they'll survive. So coming in on our sidewalk, heading towards the house, there's a sea of forget-me-nots there on the right, and they kind of get out of hand. I love those little flowers, but they just come up everywhere, and they do reseed, so they'd be a biennial. So I always leave some so they, reseed for the next year. But if they weren't, so cute, I probably would just get rid of them because they are very aggressive, you could say, but cute little things. And but yeah, I decided to pull some of them here behind the bench. I wanted to expose that little stone wall, and also the bench was almost hidden. So I've also been doing some mulching here the last couple days. We got a load of Bull Country compost, it's called. It's like a mixture of manure, leaf and bark compost, so it's really good for the plants, and it looks nice and dark. So yeah, I put that on around my plants, and still not quite finished, but did most of it, and I just love how it brings out the plants to have that nice dark mulch on there. Okay, so moving on to the actual tour here. Sorry about all these little details, but yeah, starting in front of our house here, looking to the right, you're going to see a little pond situated into the bank. I actually built the pond years ago, and it's the overflow of our spring, which we actually use the spring water in our house, and whatever we don't use overflows into this pond here. So it's a really natural little habitat, perfect for frogs. There's one sitting there on the fall right now, and I've counted as many as a dozen frogs at one time already in here. But yeah, I've had deer drink from this water, and birds, of course, and our cats, love the fresh water too. But yeah, I try to plant it, using kind of natural looking plants so it, it fits to the little pond. And right now there's a crabapple tree blooming right above here. It looks beautiful, but it is a mess once the flowers start falling. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. I just love the white blooms. But yeah, I like the idea of creating a natural little habitat for critters here in our area. Okay, so now for my favorite spot here on our property is our backyard. I just love to be back here and in my greenhouse, or just sitting back here if I have time and listening to the water and the birds, and it's just a nice, peaceful, quiet little place to retreat to. And I should give you a bit of a background on this area here. Last summer I kind of redid everything. I got the boys to help me. This whole area that is now grass used to be one gigantic flower bed, and it was a lot of maintenance and upkeep. And it did have a pond in the center, and you know, I liked it that way, but it was kind of hard to design, you know, to being that you were able to walk, you know, all the way around it. It was just kind of hard to, you know, come up with plants that would look good from all angles, I guess. And for me, it's just easier to work on, you know, border beds. So yeah, that's what we did. We actually moved the pond up into the border bed, and yeah, we actually strained all of that muck and water the best we could and rescued a lot. I mean, hundreds of tadpoles were in that pond. And my fear was that I wouldn't have my frogs and spring peepers anymore back here. And this spring was the first, you know, spring for the new location here. And I'm happy to say that it did not make a difference. We'll still have those peepers singing on high in the evening, and there's frogs in the pond, so thankfully we didn't lose them. But yeah, we moved that all. It was a lot of work. Took all the plants out, and yeah, turned it into grass. I know I'm not really telling you guys what all these plants are, so yeah, if you have any questions about any of them, want to know what it is, just don't hesitate to comment and ask, and I'll try my best to answer. But I knew it would take a lot longer if I named everyone, and some of them I'm not even sure what is, but most of them are just kind of common, you know, plants. I'm sure you guys probably know too. We're blessed here on our property with a lot of birds. I just love their songs, the wood thrush being one of my favorite. But yeah, here the other week we actually rescued a rose-breasted grosbeak. Beautiful bird. He had a broken wing. I think he flew into one of my greenhouse shed windows, and our kitty was ready to pounce on him, and we heard the commotion and ran out, you know, and chased her away, rescued him. And to make a long story short, he was in our greenhouse, or yeah, over the weekend. You know, conservation center wasn't open, so we put him in there, and my son actually built a cage where he could hop out the window and be in the cage, so it felt more like he was actually on the outside. But yeah, I felt so bad for him. Although he did seem to thrive in there, he ate and drank water, and I fed him you know, sunflower seeds and grape jelly, and then water. And so yeah, Monday mornings we took him up in Maslin to the Wildlife Conservation Center, and a shout out to them. They were able to, you know, they took x-rays and they taped his wing. They're able to fix it, so it sounds like the story will have a happy ending. I did give them my number to make sure they, you know, call me to go pick him up then, and I want to release him here on our property again. So maybe I'll share that with you guys once that happens. I hope you enjoyed this garden tour, and I hope you're also enjoying the springtime as much as I have been. I also didn't mention, but behind me here is our fire pit area. As you can see, it's where we, you know, roast marshmallows and spend some family time together. But yeah, we kind of live here on a slope. Everything's kind of on a hill here on our property. So if we want to have any, level areas, we have to make them. So that was one area down there that we did a number of years ago. But yeah, we usually have to build a wall and, kind of fill it in. And but yeah, it's always a challenge. We enjoy it here, but sometimes it would be nice to have, a flat area to actually work with. But we are blessed here with a lot of rocks and stones and springs, so that part I really like. It's easy to landscape with, to have an overabundance of rocks, and also the springs. I just love that we actually have spring water for our home. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks so much for watching, and bye.